John Malcolm is the vice president for the Institute for Constitutional Government at the Heritage Foundation. He is also a former deputy assistant attorney general. Great to have you.
Good to be with you.
How much do you assess the lengthy interviews Don McGahn did with special counsel Mueller played into the president's announcing his expected departure on Twitter?
I'm not sure there was any connection. I mean, Don McGahn, it's an exhausting job being White House counsel, and of course he was his counsel during the campaign as well, which also has to have been exhausting. He's done yeoman's work. He's just been an outstanding White House counsel, giving political and legal advice to the president. Of course, what he's done on judges is spectacular. You know, look, he is the lawyer for the office of the president. He is not the president's personal lawyer. His conversations with the president clearly could be subject to executive privilege depending on what it is that they discuss. So I'm sure that when he went in for his discussions with special counsel Mueller, he did it in consultation with the president and the president's personal lawyers, Emmett Flood, Rudy Giuliani, etc. I mean, the Mueller investigation is ongoing. I don't see it wrapping up anytime soon, and you know, I'm not sure there was a connection between the two. Surely whatever Don McGahn was going to share with the special counsel, he has shared with the president and his legal team.
We knew McGahn was planning to leave. Our White House team had been reporting it for some time, but the abrupt tweet seemed to take a lot of people, including McGahn, by surprise when it comes to this very senior position of White House counsel. Is that right?
Well, I don't know whether he had any kind of a heads up or not. I've read the same reports you have. I mean, this president certainly likes to tweet in the dead of night, and sometimes surprises come out of those tweets. I don't think there was any secret that Don McGahn was preparing to leave. He has decided, for good and sufficient reasons, to stick it out through the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh. He will have 2 Supreme Court justices under his belt, outstanding nominees, both of them. And so whether he was surprised or not, I don't know, but I don't think anyone else was particularly surprised that Don McGahn wants to return to private sector and perhaps have a better life-work balance.
With McGahn gone, when he's gone, does that remove the guardrails in terms of the president's dealing with the Justice Department and the Mueller probe?
Well, there will be another White House counsel, whoever that is, who will give advice to the president. The president is the person who has a constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. He could have, and still could, fire Jeff Sessions if that's what he wanted to do. He obviously received some political advice, whatever that was, from Don McGahn, and acted in accordance with it. Whether that will change with the new White House counsel remains to be seen.
You worked in you worked in the Justice Department.
I did.
How big of a loss is this to the White House? I know it's a really tough job, but how big of a loss is this to the White House and also to the president personally?
Well, Don McGahn has, as I said, done an outstanding job and knows the president well. He has served ably, but I have no doubt that the president will replace him with somebody whom he trusts. So the rumor at the moment is that Emmett Flood may be that person. He is the president's personal lawyer. By all accounts, they have a good relationship. But there are other people, I'm sure, who will also have the president's confidence, who will be considered for the job.
I know some folks on Capitol Hill, like Judiciary Chairman Chuck Grassley, are very unhappy about McGahn's departure, probably because of his work on those judges, right?
Yeah, no, that could well be. It could also be that he is a reassuring voice in terms of maintaining a buffer of some kind between the president and the Justice Department, and perhaps they're fearful that that momentum will stop, but I'm not sure that it will. It depends on who the president puts in this very important position.
John Malcolm, thanks for your time and expertise.
Good to be with you.